सर मेरा कैमरा ऑफ रहेगा?
No, on.
ऑन? अच्छा.
Yeah, you are our general, secretary general. Start.
Good evening to you all. I, Chanda Shukla, Secretary, UDIN Directorate, welcome you to the first webinar of UDIN Directorate to discuss the preliminary insight of UDIN for bank audits. The speaker of today's session are CA Satish Kumar Gupta, Convener, UDIN Directorate, and CA Chandrasekhar Vasant Chitle, Deputy Convener, UDIN Directorate.
Namaste.
Namaste.
The session is planned for an hour. So now I hand it over to Deputy Convener, sir, to proceed with the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chanda. Good evening, friends, and I welcome our convener, CA Satish Kumar Gupta ji, who is from Jaipur. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Chitle sir.
As far as UDIN, the Unique Document Identification Number is concerned, it is cause of concern for each and every chartered accountant. Because as you are aware, attest function is the dominant function or service that a chartered accountant is rendering. Now, it may be a statutory audit, it may be a tax audit, it may be audit under any other law like cooperative societies, like charitable institutions, or you are issuing certifications, maybe for various purposes under Companies Act, maybe for the purpose of utilization of grants, and on so many other occasions. In order to provide authenticity and avoid impersonation of a chartered accountant, this particular UDIN concept has been coined. The detailed presentation is there. But before we go to that presentation, let me also talk about the origin of UDIN. I come from Pune, and this origin of UDIN also incidentally is from Pune. The then council member, CA Dr. S.B. Zavre, thought of this particular concept. Friends, there was one chartered accountant who was doing some audit in a bank, and while doing the audit, while verifying one loan file, he noticed that there is one customer and whose audit report accounts have been signed by a chartered accountant who happened to be his friend. So impulsively he called him and he said, I am doing audit in this bank, and let us assume that, say, Deccan Traders. So I am just scrutinizing file of Deccan Traders, who is your client, and it is very good. So the friend was astonished. He said that Deccan Trader has never been my client, and I have never issued any audit report to this Deccan Traders. He said, what you are talking? Audit report is before me. He read the membership number and everything was matching. Then he went to the bank and he saw, yes, indeed, it was financial statements of Deccan Traders. His signature was appearing, his name was there, membership number was there, everything was there, everything was right. But the signature was forged. It was not his original signature. So at that time, CA Dr. S.B. Zavre, being Central Council member, they escalated it to him and said that this has happened, what to do? So maybe that particular matter, police complaint was filed, and the rest is history. But it disturbed CA Dr. S.B. Zavre, and he said that this impersonation of chartered accountant should stop, because this is only by way of accident that the person came to know that he has been impersonated and his signature has been misused. What happens if, supposing the chartered accountant is sitting in Pune, Mumbai, his signature is used in Assam or maybe in Kanyakumari? That will never come to know. So something has to be thought of. So this thought was pondering on his mind, and once fine morning, he thought of this concept of UDIN, that if we have some figures from the financial statements, keep them in institute's locker, then members can visit the institute locker. We will give each document a unique document identification number. So this number can be supplied by the chartered accountant to the stakeholder who wants it and who wants to know whether the certificate has been authenticated really by chartered accountant or someone else, or it is a forged certificate. So if a UDIN is there, the UDIN matches some of the figures from the certificate or the document match with those which are appearing in the UDIN portal, then definitely it gives comfort. And friends, you will be happy to note that after this particular UDIN concept was coined, Initially, it was recommendatory, but subsequently it has been mandatory. Convener will tell you about this. And now, for each and every attest function, it is becoming mandatory. So, bank audit season is going on, various certificates are issued, branch balance sheets are certified, and the question comes up whether one UDIN should be taken, whether individually different UDIN should be taken. I think those issues we will discuss today. If you have any issues, you can put them in chat box. Maybe our secretariat is also capturing those queries, and we will be able to address those queries during this session. Friends, up till now, chartered accountants were identified with certifying financial figures. It may be balance sheet, it may be certificate, utilization. So everything was in rupees, numbers. But now, maybe with the passage of time, we are doing, say, sustainability reporting, we are doing social impact assessment. So it may not have financial figures, but it may have some different numbers like carbon credits and something else. So UDIN convener Satish Kumar Gupta is actively considering how to incorporate those figures into UDIN certificate. Maybe it will take time, but it is under our active consideration. And if you feel that something else is also required, please write to UDIN directly and we will definitely consider it. Thank you for your joining, and I'm sure that once this particular discussions end, you will certainly have authentic and better information about UDIN. Over to you, Convener CA Satish Kumar Gupta ji.
Thank you, Chitle sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Pune. Thank you, Council. Thank you, ICI, for bringing this UDIN for giving authenticity to our chartered accountant friends. Chandaji.
We will share the
Yes,
PPT.
sir.
Chandaji and Chitle
Yes, sir.
sir and the team UDIN and team technical team. Let me welcome you all, and my dear friends who are attending this webinar in a large number. Let me welcome you all. And friends, you would be happy to know that we both are in a SAFA committee meeting at Kathmandu. And that despite having at Kathmandu, we are with you just to tell you that what is the importance of this first ever webinar of the UDIN Directorate. And that to cover the basic points regarding bank audit and UDIN. Friends, as rightly told by Chitle sir, my brother in the council and my co-director or co-convener of this particular UDIN directorate, that we together, along with other members of the council, can do something new, can do something different this year in this department of UDIN. I think UDIN itself makes you happy, because whenever we brought the UDIN, and this student brought the UDIN, I think every chartered accountant made it a question of authenticity. They are feeling happy that yes, this is something which has come, and unique document identification number is UDIN. So something very great it is. And now next slide. So as rightly told by Chitle sir also, when the origin was this, but the basic reason, as told by Chitle sir also, that to prevent non-chartered accountants for signing document, report and certificates, basically in the name of chartered accountant, this basic document, this basic concept came into existence, and now it has created history. So UDIN mandate, something about UDIN mandate, in the 379th council meeting, it was decided that we should make UDIN come mandatory, and it was made mandatory with effective from 1st February 2019 for all certificates, from 1st April 29, all GST and tax audit reports, and from 1st July 29 onwards for all other audit, assurance and attestation functions. Next slide, sir. Friends, and you will be surprised to know that after making it mandatory on 2nd of August 2019, the UDIN generation was brought in the official gazette of India, just to ensure regulatory integrity and transparency. Next. We all are aware that UDIN will be generated when any chartered accountant sign the document, but to give a relief and in alignment with the SQC 1 and SA 230, we have given a time of 60 days, meaning thereby that if you sign the document on day one, you can generate the UDIN within 60 days of that day one. So this is a very good relief, and we should not forget to generate UDIN, because if you don't generate UDIN, it may create a problem for all our members.
Discipline action also can be initiated.
Next thing, disciplinary action, other things, we don't want that any member faces that particular thing. So what are the key benefits? Key benefits of this particularly UDIN, you all know that it gives identity to every document. Whenever you put a UDIN, that document gets an identity by that UDIN. And definitely second benefit is that it is seal of authentication of document, because it will prove that it has been signed by a genuine chartered accountant. Third one, verification part is also very good. Any stakeholder, any person can verify the document, the genuinity of the document, anytime, anywhere, online basis. And if there is any revocation, so there will be an alert message to the verification, to the person who is verifying. Next. Again, alert. Impact of UDIN, we all know it is impacting a lot. It is impacting lot. I must share with you, and you are aware that CBDT has validated the impact of this UDIN. Thereafter, you would be surprised to know that the Ministry of Electronics and IT, Ministry of Defense, they are also contacting the UDIN Directorate and the Institute that they also need this particularly access to UDIN. Our council is working on that. It is the matter is under their consideration. All 2 or 3 RERA authorities, state RERA authorities have contacted to the UDIN Directorate to get the access this UDIN generation. So this is a thing which is gaining increased significance amongst various government department and stakeholders, and verification part is also becoming very important. One important thing I want to tell you, like a DigiLocker, like a DigiYatra, the Department of Information Technology, Ministry of Information Technology is working, and they want to create a special locker for this UDIN. So whoever wants to verify may also verify along with ICI, the site, with their site also. So that work is also on, but that is also under consideration with the council. Now, with some of the milestones, I want to share with you all that initially in 2011, UDIN was voluntarily introduced, but that was 32 characters, but only 7,500 UDINs were generated in a voluntary move. Thereafter, as rightly told by Chitle sir, Indian Banks Association (IBA) requested us ICI that since non-chartered accountants are doing attestation function, the ICI should come with some unique identification number. So thereafter, Professional Development Committee worked on this, and in 2019, it was made mandatory in phases, which I have already discussed with you. And 60 days timeline was made in 2021, and in 23-24, revocation was restricted for 48 hours. There is some demand of the member that revocation time should be increased. I just want to share, my dear member, that it is not possible, because the revocation meaning something what you have done is to say that it is not done. And if any verification authority, if any stakeholder has taken any action as per your document, which you have attested, which you have given UDIN, I think revocation more than after 48 hours will become nonsense, and it should not be permitted, and it is not under our thought also. So thereafter, friends, now your UDIN, the ICI UDIN is going to get global impact. And you will be happily surprised that several countries are asking ICI to give this particular concept to them also. flow of UDIN portal, you must be aware that at the very outset, you must sign up if you are going to use it first time. Portal is available on the udin.ici.org. Thereafter, for the logging, you use your 6-digit membership number and password. Thereafter, you generate the UDIN. And QR code is also there, for you can download that particular part. And important thing, friends, the total UDIN is free of charge, and ICI is not charging anything from our member. This is wonderful thing. I would share the several figures with you, and you will be surprised to know that at what level the UDIN has reached. Now, next slide. Features of UDIN portal. Some of the features I would like to tell that there is no document to be uploaded. It is wonderful feature. Simply you have to say that yes, these are the information you have to type. There is no feature of the uploading of the documents. Secondly, as of now, we are not disclosing we are not getting even the identity of the auditee or the who has come to you for certification. Second thing, UDIN will be generated by the signing partner only. If there are 3 or 4 partners in your firm, but one partner is signing the tax audit, so the UDIN will be generated by that particular partner only. You can save the draft. It is enabling QR code in UDIN PDF, and we are sending monthly, quarterly mails to the member. There is a search engine, very good search engine, and communication is also going to member on registered mobile and email ID. I would request members that if they are not getting communication on their registered mobile and the registered mail ID, please write a letter to the ICI so they can update your mail ID and the registered mobile number, so you get all the communications from the ICI. Yeah, it is that particular UDIN is also used by the peer review also, and verification by the authority. This is a wonderful thing. You know that at UDIN, several stakeholders are verifying. It includes RBI, it includes CBDT, SEBI, CBIC, RERA, MCA, IBI, and so more. So for verification, udin.ici.org can be reached. Thereafter, next slide. Now I would explain you some UDIN figure with the graphics. Here the number 1. This shows these figures are up to January 2025. So total members, ICI members were 4 lakh, more than 4 lakhs. Out of that, full-time practice was 1,51,164. Part-time practice was 6,874. And no COP holder, yani in job and industry were 2,42,767. Now see the second chart. It shows how many UDIN has been generated and how many UDINs have been verified. You will be surprised to know that more than 8 crore UDIN have been generated in less than 6 years, and more than 2 crore 68 lakhs UDINs have been verified. More than 8 crore 7 lakhs have been generated, and more than 2 crore 68 lakhs have been verified. See, this chart is UDIN generator. I have spoken 8 crore 7 lakhs. How many members have generated those UDINs? It is the very surprising number. It is 1,51,000 members have generated those 8 crore 7 lakh UDINs in last 5 and more years. Next is the bifurcation of the total 8 crore 7 lakh. Certificates are the biggest in number. It is 4 crore 26 lakh 68,142. GST and tax audit are 2 crore 36 lakh 39,488. And audit and assurance functions are 1 crore 44 lakh 14,336. So these are the figures which will show you the importance, or I can say impact of the UDIN. Feel that more than 8 crore 7 lakhs UDIN have been generated in less than 6-year period. It shows the volume of work done by chartered accountant. It shows that what a level of confidence has come in our stakeholder about our attestation or the audit report function. These are the year-wise figures, friends. You see, if we start there are 6 years. In 6 years, if we see 2024, if you take the 2024 year, you will see that around if is 10 lakh, 1 crore 4,75,780 certificates have been generated by the chartered accountants giving the UDIN number, and 41 lakhs 44,850 GST and tax audits have been done, and 31 lakhs 87,040 were the audit and assurance function other than GST and tax audit. So you see the magic of this UDIN. So it's a wonderful tool, wonderful I can say seal of authentication, and now we should give it more authenticity by giving your suggestions, by giving your feedback. Friends, I would like to make a complaint with you all. We recently, 1 month before, we requested you to give feedback about the UDIN. We also seek your suggestion, and we sent the mails to around 1,40,000 or 1,58,000 members, practicing members. To our utmost surprise, we received less than 300 feedbacks, friends. So by not making the feedbacks, friends, we cannot get the desired results which we want from the institute. So I would request each one of you who is attending this webinar, kindly propagate this message to your friends and other colleagues also, that they should come forward. And whatever they feel about the functioning of the ICI, whatever they feel about the functioning of the UDIN directorate, please come forward. Let us know what do you feel, what suggestion you want, what improvements you want. So it will make us help us in making it better. So now these are the figures which we in 2024. These are the members, 1,58,109 members who were actively participating in the UDIN generation. Next. Thereafter, it is these are the figures for 6 years when total members registered at UDIN portal and how many members generated the UDIN. So members registered at UDIN portal are the 1 crore 78. No, this is not a figure. Total unit generated, both that figure we already told. Next slide. Bank branch audit. This is the figure which I requested the directorate to bring for you. It's something great where I think you see that in 2024-25, our auditors having the branch audits have signed the 47,753 reports or certificates of the bank branch audit. In 23-24, it was 46,000, and in 22-23, 57,131. You may just understand that what is the position of the bank audit, what is the position of bank branch audit. Next. National recognition. I have already spoken on this, that CBDT has recognized it, and it is mandatory that they link it with the income tax return file, the tax audit report file, the UDIN generation by you. It's something very great. And for your information, CBDT has sent us the number that how many members have not, their reports have not still been linked with the UDIN. So this is a very alarming situation, and we are further investigating into the issue that how that can be reconciled. MCA, SEBI, RERA, IBA have mandated UDIN for various filings. Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and Department of Telecommunication, they are also seeking real-time verification via API. State government are also requiring UDIN in verification of tender documents and financial forms. So UDIN has now become a reality, friend, and this is a very big and important document for our practice and for we professional. UDIN has garnered global interest and recognition also. Nigeria, Tanzania have expressed their interest for adopting our technology of UDIN. SAFA countries have implemented with the help of ICI, and the countries which have not still implemented UDIN are in touch with the ICI and just to seeking their our guidance and technology that they also want to implement UDIN in their respective country. And paper was presented in IFAC Council AGM VOCA 2022, about the importance of UDIN, and that has well been received by the concerned stakeholder. Next. Yes, friends. Now the purpose of the meeting which was held today is the bank branch audit. We all are aware, and you will be happy that this time, first time, UDIN Directorate has conducted this webinar for your benefit, that you can come to know the any query if you have and going through a bank branch audit, that how many certificates have to sign, or if there one report has to be signed. So we will try to answer your all queries. First, we give you the just for what are the really facts about the bank audit. There are two types of bank audits. One is the central statutory audit, which is the bank head office and the consolidated report, and another is the bank branch audits. So these audits are done by the 31st March. And what are the deliverables here? Number one is statutory audit report for the branch audits as well. LFAR, long form audit report. Third one is the various certificates in respect to NPA, advances, etc., etc. There are several certificates. Tax audit report. In certain cases, now the banks are not taking tax audit report, but some of the banks are still taking the tax audit report. And the important document is the memorandum of changes, MOC. So these are 5 deliverables in the bank branch audit. Next. Now, first fact is this: members must enter the MOC value. Whenever you will go for generating UDIN for the bank branch audit, statutory audit, you will have to mention whether there is any MOC. If yes, then you must enter the value of that MOC in that particular UDIN certificate. UDIN, whenever you go for UDIN. Second thing, no client specific details are required. You need not to mention client specific, only aggregate value. Whatever the value of MOC, you have to mention. You need not to mention that A borrower, this MOC, B borrower, this MOC. No, you don't need to mention that borrower wise. You only mention aggregate value, total value of the MOC. Third thing,
What happens as far as this MOC is concerned? Why institute is requiring this value? Because as you are aware that banks are keeping their branches under audit on lesser number year by year. So we want to demonstrate that this much MOCs were generated by members, by the auditors. Had the audit not taken place, maybe they will lose some of the valuable information and incorrect classification will be there. So friends, this MOC is very important from that perspective.
Very nice, Chitlin sir. You have told a wonderful information with all the members attending this webinar. Third one is very important fact, friends. This data is mandatory, but fully encrypted and not visible to any third party verifier. If the verifier wants to see that how much MOC value auditor has mentioned, this is not visible to them, because this data is encrypted, and as rightly stated by Chitle sir, it may be used for telling to the regulator that how many MOC value our members have done during this year's bank branch audit. I think it's really important part. And if there is no MOC, there is no need to fill any field in that particular UDIN form. Next. This is the memorandum changes MOC format. The following box appears on the screen if yes is selected. If you say no, this particular box will not come there. If you say that yes, there is an MOC, then this box will be there available on that particular screen. Then you have to make, there are 6 things. First one is income. The number of items you have to mention. The income is going to increase by your MOC or is going to decrease by MOC. Second thing, expenditure, number of items, whether expenditures are going to increase or whether expenditures are going to decrease. Assets like this, liabilities like this, gross NPA like this, and provision on NPA like this. So this is a very wonderful information, very important information, friend. So please be vigilant while doing the audit. Don't leave any MOC, and if MOC is there, please fill the form rightly. Next. more important, you have to create only one UDIN. Statutory report, LFAR, all certificates. There is no need of the two UDINs. It is only needed if different certificates or different reports are signed on different dates. First circumstance. Second circumstance, few reports are signed by one partner, few reports are signed by another partner, and or few reports are signed by third partner. In that case, separate UDINs are required. And if tax audit reports are separate, then separate UDIN is required. So otherwise, only one UDIN is required. Next. Recent update in UDIN portal. Number one is mandatory fields changed to numeric format. Optional fields still support alphanumeric. Add more option allows additional fields which also accept alphanumeric values. So now you can go alphanumeric values also, and you can mention if you want to mention something extra by selecting the add more option. Next. We have very wonderful book, frequently asked on UDIN, is available on UDIN portal. And dear friends, believe me, Chitle sir has given a very good idea to the UDIN directorate, and we are coming up with several parts of this book just for having a better use. And you will be, you will be happy to know that you must have received on your email the facts about the bank branch audit. And I would request you go through those things and let us know if any more suggestion you have. One more thing which I want to say, that we are trying to bring some guidelines also very soon about the UDIN verification. Next thing, sir. And this is freely available on our portal. And if you require, you can, if you are not finding that thing, you can send your mail, that particular query to the UDIN portal. UDIN directed, they will make it possible that you get and receive this. Next. So these are our numbers: 30110480 and 30110526. These are a landline number. udin@ICI.in is our mail ID, and the portal is udin.ici.org. And friends, if you don't get the information, or you see that your call is not being picked up, although Chandaji and team, despite having busyness, are very alert. They are responding each and every query of members. But still, if sometimes it happens that you don't get the response, you may contact me or Chitle sir anytime on our mobile number. So you will find that we are always available for the profession and the fraternity. And we are also going to increase the capacity of this portal to cover up the load which comes with us in September. Whenever we go for the tax audit, you will find that you will not face any problem in regard to capacity, any other thing about this UDIN. Next. So friends, and I think I need your support in several things in the UDIN directed, friends, what we are going to do this year. And we need your suggestions, we need your support, and request you to please come forward and give your suggestions. What we are trying to 2-3 things which were in demand by the members with me and with Chitle sir. One thing that members are saying that there is no limit of there is no restriction on the member limiting him up to the limit of the tax audit. Suppose by saying that some of the members are signing more than 60 audits. So friends, for your information, our directorate has passed this resolution, and it is subject to the decision of the council, that we are coming with this feature in the portal that no member would be eligible to get UDIN on 61st audit, whether he is individual or whether he is a partner of the partnership firm. This will be linked with his membership number and his PAN number, and we are also going to mandate this time one more important thing, which was the demand of the so many members. If some of the client leaves us by not paying our fees. So, and we are not able to know the name of the succeeding tax auditor. So we are going to enable our UDIN, this UDIN, that you will be, you will be in the position to know the name of succeeding auditor if the client has left you and has joined, has appointed another chartered accountant without paying your fees. And after that, I think if that is the right and you want to take any action to go to the disciplinary action, you may go to the DC against that member if that those facts are the right. Right. So we are also coming up with this particular facility and feature in this our UDIN portal. I think these two news will make you happy. And another thing which we are working about the UDIN, that we are coming up with a new portal having a larger capacity and having something more about the UDIN. You will be we are also thinking that client spend number also become the mandatory, and which will be requirement if we want to know the name of succeeding auditor or the previous auditor in our UDIN portal. So these are the things which we want to make this time, and we need your suggestion. I have spoken about that there will be nothing about the revocation. There will be no change in the revocation period. It is going to remain 48 hours only after the issue. It is also clear that 60 days time limit to issue UDIN is very much sufficient, and no extension will be given in that timeline. It will be restricted only for 60 days, and I think it is very reasonable. And still you have any grievance or query about this UDIN things, please let us know. Over to Chitle sir, if anything which you want to share with us.
Thank you, Satish bhai. Very wonderful information about UDIN. I am sure that those who are attending this particular session would certainly have important inputs, particularly related to bank audit. Of course, there are any other queries related to other audit certification, we are open to respond. But friends, it is very disheartening to note that at times, whenever a consultant is changed, auditor is changed, well, we have no reservation on the choice of an auditor by the client or a stakeholder. But the issue is, whatever outstanding fees are there of the outgoing auditor, these should be paid. So there is a provision in the Chartered Accountants Act 1949 that communication with the outgoing auditor is mandatory. And I am sitting on disciplinary benches for last 4 years. This year also there, Satish Bhai also has been on disciplinary benches. So whenever such issue comes up, any complaint is filed against a chartered accountant that he is an outgoing chartered accountant and the incoming chartered accountant has not taken his no objection and his fees are outstanding, a very serious view has been taken in all the cases. So please ensure that whenever there is change in the office of auditor, if you are incoming auditor, please communicate with your professional brother, the outgoing auditor, because it may so happen, maybe he is auditing for 2 years, his fees are unpaid, you will be auditing for 2 years, you also will be removed after 2 years, some other auditor will come. So everybody would remain unpaid. So this particular practice should be set at a rest. And in order to enable that, we are trying to have a feature in the UDIN portal itself that whatever this communication related to NOC, etc., it travels to the UDIN portal and gets the authenticity. So this will largely benefit the chartered accountants, because in case of corporate audits, perhaps it becomes known that who is the outgoing and incoming auditor, because you can get that information from the MCS portal. But in case of other assignments like audit, tax audit, audit of a proprietor, partnership, LLP, these aspects are not known, so you don't know who is the incoming auditor. And it pinches particularly when your fees are outstanding. So I really compliment UDIN Director and Satish Kumar Gupta for thinking this particular concept of routing this NOC through UDIN. You may also have certain aspects that you want certain other things to route through UDIN, like in case of sustainability, certain numbers will have to be posted. So those things are there. Social impact assessment. So those things we are certainly working on. But if you have any suggestions, we are welcome, because we believe that entire wisdom doesn't sit in the directorate. It is everywhere. And we would like you to share your wisdom for the betterment of the profession and your own practice. Thank you.
Thank you, Chitle sir. Some questions have come. and I would like, although those are being covered in the presentation, but still I would like to reply. Yes, one UDIN is enough for all documents. Yes, I have told very, very well that unless the signing partners are different or the dates of the signs are different, only one UDIN is enough for all documents. Second thing,
This is in case of bank audit, not in case of company audits.
important precautions to be, yeah, it is only in respect to bank audit. Question is also only in respect to bank audit. Important precautions which I regarding UDIN, we have already spoken. Few things you have asked that.
A particular precaution is at times what happens, you do the job outstation, and then at times you complete the audit at the late hours and you leave. And then generation of UDIN also leaves your mind. So maybe you can maintain some register. Maintaining register for all the UDINs would also be helpful when peer review is there, because you are aware that now in last phase, even a proprietary concern which is doing bank audit is covered for the purpose of UDIN.
Yeah,
For the purpose of peer review. So if you keep a register of UDIN, that would be helpful to you. From our directorate, we are also sending you at quarterly intervals the information. So this would be very important.
Great, Chitle sir. Is UDIN required in partnership firm audit? Yes, definitely. Is bank audit allotment is on the basis of number of UDIN certificates? No, not at all. Common UDIN to be generated for all certificates and institute? Yes, already spoken, already answered. What should be done if the UDIN, general UDIN time limit expires? Yes, this is an important question. If 60 days expired and you have not generated UDIN,
technically there is a breach of code of ethics.
Yes.
So disciplinary action can be
initiated against the member. So be careful. And there is no alternate, there is no remedy for that mistake. So any kind of cooling period, no cooling period. There is no cooling period in bank audits as of now. Simple cooling is that the same bank will not be allotted after 4 years. Otherwise, there is no cooling period. LFAR should be considered a separate assignment. There is no reference of LFAR. No. And there is no, LFAR is also same, as I have already told you. And next question is
only when we are telling one certificate for LFAR and for all certificate, it relates to one branch. If you are doing 2 branches, then there will be separate 2 UDINs, one for each branch.
Number of certificates are required to be signed by SBI. Clarify whether details of it has already been stated. No further details are required. Number of certificates are required. And at time due to unavoidable circumstance, the chartered account may inadvertently fail to generate the UDIN. I already spoken. I think we have answered your all queries. And is there any query, Chandraji?
No, sir. Further, there is no new queries.
Any other query we can take? It is only one minute remaining. It is 5:59.
Sir, there is one query which talks about.
It is 15 minutes are there. If we have sufficient time, we can answer any query.
Sir, there is one query which talks about is UDIN required even for certifying a copy as a true copy?
Let me address that. As far as certifying any copy as a true copy is concerned, Kolkata High Court has taken a view that a chartered accountant cannot certify true copies. So what we have sent under auditing standards, there are different processes. So if you verify the original and the copies like original, you can issue a certificate, but you cannot simply sign it as a true copy. And that is particularly because of Kolkata High Court judgment. They said that for the purpose of certifying true copies, there are magistrate, there are notary public. So it is not
advocates.
Advocates. So it is not duty of chartered accountants to certify a true copy.
We should avoid the certification of true copy.
We can convert it into a certification assignment. Supposing typically banks ask whenever a person goes for loan that this is the authentic output of the acknowledgement of return of income being filed. So maybe you can verify the return of income filed from the income tax portal, and you can say this is the authentic acknowledgement of uploading the income tax return for assessment year so and so, which has been verified from the income tax portal, and for other whatever other documents you have seen. So that can be converted into certificate, but simply issuing true copy is not within the realm of a chartered accountant.
Chitle sir, this is a very interesting question raised by one member. I am not this topic myself to answer more. He has asked that whether this UDIN number is responsible for not getting branch audit or getting branch audit. So let me, friends, this is totally illusion. Let us understand very well that since after the RBI's intervention or the IBA's intervention, now the banks have reduced the percentage number of the certification of the advances. Now it has come from 100% to 70%, or in some banks it has come down to 60%. So under these circumstances, number one, there are the lesser number of branch audits. So there is
merger of banks.
and second thing, the merger of banks. Some of the banks have merged, so it has also reduced the bank branch audit opportunity. The third thing, which is very important, that the chartered accountants are increasing. Although the number to join the practice is less, but still they are increasing, and they are also going to empanel for the bank branch audit. So that number is also increasing. So these are the reasons that we all are not getting the bank branch audits. Yes, something may be done, and you will be happy to know that our president, vice president, and the chairman PDC and vice chairman PDC have recently met with the RBI officers, and they have requested them that the allotment of bank branch audit should be done by the RBI itself, as it was being done in the past. And secondly, that 70% or 60% limit should also be enhanced to 100%, because this is the public money and it requires the audit. So ICI at his top leadership are trying their best to that our members get the more branch audit, but still there is no such decision. So we should face the things. Yes, these are the things which are to be. We will have to accept the decision of the regulator RBI or the IBA. So this is not in our hands fully, but we are making our efforts that how we can banks and their top officers, that the allotment, if it not being done by the RBI, it is only done through the that particular system-based allotment of our institute. But that is this time it was being implemented by 2 or 3 banks, and that results were good. So we are just trying that all the public sector banks adopt our system of allotting the bank branch audit. So at least we can rest assured that the allotment is fair enough, and lottery is there just because of a difference in demand and supply. But still, whoever gets the audit gets it through the system. So we can assure that it is being implemented this year.
Since the topic of bank audit has come, let me also discuss one important issue. Now, Reserve Bank of India is asking and has allowed the banks to get certain certificates for LFR as well as the various certificates from the concurrent auditors or the internal auditors. This is not actually the issue pertaining to the UDIN, but it relates to the Ethical Standards Board. And incidentally, I head the Ethical Standards Board, so let me react. What has happened that Reserve Bank of India has requested the banks that where you are not appointing statutory auditors, but internal auditor or concurrent auditor is there, then you take certificates from them. This issue was discussed in Ethical Standards Board last year, and it was felt that if supposing the concurrent auditor, because we say that internal auditor cannot do any attest function. So if we continue with that particular philosophy, maybe they will appoint some other professionals. So Ethical Standards Board has issued a guideline about certifying various certificates which are required during finalization and LFR by concurrent and internal auditor. They have put certain conditions that it should be addressed to the management and not to whomsoever it may concern or to the statutory auditors. In this case, balance sheet they should not certify. But if you go through the guidance and the clarification issued by the Ethical Standards Board, you'll particularly note, and wherever you are internal auditor or concurrent auditor, what is the your amplification of your responsibility and where it confines. Maybe you can go through that.
Thank you, Chitle sir. One more question has come for our consideration. The question is that in case a chartered accountant inadvertently selects incorrect particular relating to the section or form under which a report or certificate is issued, while generating the UDIN, what remedial options are available? Is it possible to revise or rectify the UDIN after the 48-hour window in such cases? Friends, you know, we are the chartered accountants and there are lot of expectation from us by the stakeholders. And unfortunately or fortunately, there is nothing possible, no rectification of UDIN is possible after 48 hours of generation of that particular UDIN. So I would request you that kindly be cautious, kindly be careful while selecting the particulars relating to any report while going for the UDIN. Friends, just believe that what has happened to the income tax return which were available for revision up to one and more than 1.5 years now is available for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. We cannot revise that. See the tax audit report, except to the few circumstances cannot be revised. See the other audit report. So there is a big responsibility on the shoulders of chartered accountants. And we say that we are the, I can say, chokidars of the nation's finance, nation's economy. So our responsibility is more. And as of now, friends, let me accept that there is nothing available with us that we can rectify or we can uh, do some correction in whatever we have done after end of 48 hours of generation of UDIN.
Friends, you'll appreciate that legally there is a concept or doctrine of promissory estoppel. So this certificate is the authenticity of authentication of a particular fact. So once when you authenticate it, you cannot go back on your words. Well, within 48 hours, we have allowed authentication, the institute has allowed. But what does it mean? It means that maybe you can validly revoke the UDIN and revoke the certificate. But let us assume that you have issued the certificate and within 24 hours, bank acted on that certificate and sanctioned the loan. And thereafter, after say 5-6 hours, you have revoked the UDIN. Can you believe that you will be shirking of your responsibility? The answer is no. Because doctrine of promissory estoppel will make you pay for the actions which you have done. Supposing now the question is you have issued under wrong section, etc. So it is better that once it comes to your light, you may inform all the stakeholders. Maybe it is your client, maybe if it is relating to income tax, the income tax department and everywhere, that this certificate has been inadvertently given and this may not be considered. So if they have not acted on it and if they get notice of your information that it is incorrect or whatever, then at least this particular punitive action which may be initiated, you will get benefit of doubt that, okay, there were bona fides, you have not mala fidely issued those erroneous or incorrect certificates. And rest of the things, maybe you can take legal guidance, how to protect your exposure to the liability because of the error that might have occurred in the certificate.
Chitle sir, just to add one thing, you may also mail it to your fact to the UDIN directorate also. Whatever facts compelled you that you made a mistake. So you can also mail to the UDIN directorate along with the other stakeholders. So it in future
some proof is available.
Some proof is available in the UDIN directorate also. So this is the remedy, but not a remedy which can help you.
Legally,
it is simply a remedy suggestion like this thing. So this is not available, friends. So what I personally feel, it is never going to change even because the council is very strict on this, and as rightly stated by the Chitle sir, if any stakeholder has taken the credit of your UDIN generated report, definitely nothing can go back, and the consequences will be ours. So we will have to take very care whenever we go for the audit, whenever we go for the UDIN. It is our responsibility. And any other question, Chandaji?
No, sir, no further questions.
Because there is illusion of time with us because as told initially that we are at Kathmandu and I thought that time is already over, but still 5 minutes are there. So if any question comes from members, if you want to say anything, Chandaji, about the UDIN, you are in UDIN directorate from 3-4 years. If anything, any value addition you can make of our members?
Not now, sir. It is basically a forum for you. So whatever guidance and insight you have shared, that was wonderful. So if no more question, then can we reach to formal vote of thanks, sir?
Yes, formal vote of thanks we go, but we feel extremely sorry from the member that meeting is concluding at least 3-4 minutes before the scheduled time. Just because there is no question, we gave 15 minutes time for the question answer. I think since our presentation was very up to the mark, so the questions are lesser in number. I would request Chitle sir, my co-chairman, for formal vote of thanks. Chitle sir.
Thank you, Chairman sir. Friends, UDIN is a path-breaking innovation which the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has brought to the world. I would not say only India, to the world, because now the entire world countries are chasing us to share the technology of UDIN, how you have done, how you are doing. And particularly, friends, as far as India is concerned, you have seen all the statistics are in crores. Whereas in case of countries abroad, there may be audits in thousands, maybe 1 lakh, but certainly not crores. So handling such a mammoth data is also a challenge. So we have very vibrant software system, very vibrant manpower associated with maintaining this particular UDIN portal. We are also trying to improvise in our software in days to come. So that also you will notice when we update our UDIN portal, because the original data being voluminous in crores, it may take some time for transition, but we are certainly looking at the latest technologies, and the convener, C.S. Satish Gupta, is very keen that whatever happens, it should happen like just 1, 2, 3. It should fastly happen, quickly conclude. You need not devote much more time and in generating UDIN, and simultaneously, what more benefits can be conferred upon members, upon the stakeholders by this UDIN portal. At very appropriate time, convener Satish Kumar Gupta has thought of this particular webcast, because now the bank audits have started. Of course, the time for the issuing certificates may be within a few days or within a couple of weeks. And ahead of that, I'm sure that whatever information you have delivered to the members would be of immense value. As far as this PowerPoint presentation is concerned, it is possible that some of the members might not be able to attend, but we will certainly upload it on the UDIN portal so that those who have not been able to attend would be able to see what are the recommendations of UDIN Directorate as far as generation of certificates in bank audit and taking UDIN is concerned. Those who have attended, if they want to recall something, maybe they also will be benefited by this particular PPT. So I'm sure that this PPT will immensely help you in generating UDINs and accomplishing your responsibility in an appropriate manner. I thank convener C. Satish Kumar Gupta for taking this initiative and leading the initiative from the front, and also making this memory by way of PPT, so that if at all whatever we talk may be forgotten, but the PPT will certainly tell you what it has been. As far as UDIN is concerned, be it bank audit, be it any other audit, don't wait till 60th day. At the earliest possible interval, please take it. That is your duty, that is your responsibility, and that is the assurance given by the ICAI to the stakeholders about authenticity of attest function. So friends, certainly you will be able to accomplish this particular task with wholehearted support. I also thank all of you for joining, and the office led by Chanda for the purpose of supporting this initiative. Thank you. See you once again.
Thank you
On some other occasion.
for completing the time of full 1 hour.
Yes.
And thank you very much. Thanks a lot for the wonderful vote of thanks. Thanks a lot, each one of. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste, Chandaji. Thank you.
Thank you. And